So, kailangan may arrest. That's why, yun yung pinaka-importante. Arrests being made. And I'm just curious, Mr. Chair, bakit walang data with regards to arrest being made? Because that's the most important thing that we should have. It's the arrests.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Director Rosilio.
Mr. Chair, I think yung isang naging problema po talaga natin is the very nature of internet. Yung mga gumagawa po ng mga online illegal...
The very nature of the internet.
Yes po.
Sige, ano yun?
Internet offers anonymity to users. So, yung mga criminal ho natin are using these technologies. May virtual private network po sila. Meron po silang anonymity tools para hindi naman po sila makikilala. And most of these online sabong platforms are actually hosted outside of the Philippines. Pagkatapos, yung hosting pa po, meron ding anonymity po yun. So kung sakaling nandun ka sa GoDaddy, ang GoDaddy hindi naman po, if you are hosted under GoDaddy, hindi naman siya palaging nagko-cooperate sa law enforcement po.
Okay, within that just tayo, no? Hindi pa naman kayo aalis, di ba?
Yes po.
Mamaya pa kayo, si Secretary Aguda lang.
Opo.
Alright, now, can we just listen first of all to the presentation of the resource speakers here? And afterwards, we're going to ask questions to them. Pwede?
Mr. Chair, can you go back to me after the presentation?
Yes, I'll go back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr.
So, Comsec, will you please call on now on the others resource speakers here so they could be able to present their statement? Go ahead, Comsec.
Yes, so, Your Honor, may we request the representative from Department of Justice, Assistant Secretary Eliseo Cruz. Thank you, sir.
The committee chairperson, Bienvenido M. Abante Jr., honorable members of the House Committee on Human Rights, our colleagues from the other national government agencies, representatives from the Commission on Human Rights, members of the media, and most importantly, the families of the missing Sabongeros who are watching now. Good afternoon. I'm Assistant Secretary Eliseo D.C. Cruz of the DOJ Law Enforcement Cluster, respectfully appearing before you on behalf of the Department of Justice. The disappearances of the missing Sabongeros shall never be put in vain, for they are fathers, sons, brothers, and friends whose absence has left enduring pain. To the families of missing Sabongeros who are watching now, the Department of Justice hears you, and we are committed to our sacred duty in pursuing truth, accountability, and justice, guided at all times by the Constitution and our human rights obligation. It bears stressing that the disappearance of the missing Sabongeros is not a mere series of heinous crimes perpetrated by several influential individuals. It is indeed a direct attack not only on the life, liberty, and security of the victims and their loved ones, but also to the peace and order atmosphere of our country, and an insult to our criminal justice system and to the entire Filipino people and our future generation. Thus, as an undertaking for the entire nation, we will not hesitate. We will defy any sphere of influence who would try to bring our efforts down. No matter what obstacles we may come across, we will remain relentless in our crusade toward seeking the truth and delivering justice to whom it is due. The DOJ, through the National Prosecution Service, in close coordination with the Philippine Coast Guard, the National Bureau of Investigation, and the Philippine National Police, will remain steadfast in spearheading the investigation and case build-up process of this case until these brutal criminals be placed behind bars and be held accountable for what they did. At this point, I hereby respectfully present the summary of the pertinent information regarding the ongoing case build-up on the case of the missing Sabongeros. On July 10, 2025, the DOJ, together with the elements of the Philippine Coast Guard and the Philippine National Police, launched the initial assessment of the Taal Lake, particularly in Laurel, Batangas. Noteworthy to mention that this operation was prompted by the information disclosed by our whistleblower, Mr. Julie Patidongan, about the exact location on the lake where the alleged bodies of the missing Sabongeros were dumped for disposal. On July 11, 2025, the full-blown search and retrieval operation was then commenced within the particular area of the lake, which was then divided into 4 quadrants by the Philippine Coast Guard. From July 10, 2025, up to present, based on the records of the PNP Forensic Group, there are 401 pieces of human skeletal remains have been recovered from 17 different locations reported by the Philippine Coast Guard. The recovered sacks or mesh nets containing the human skeletal remains are usually tied to or attached to 2 sacks containing sand that serve as sinkers. Each sinker sandbag is of the size of a 25-kilogram rice sack. To preserve the integrity and evidentiary value of all sacks recovered from the bottom of the lake, upon return to the water surface, the technical divers of the Philippine Coast Guard directly handed over the recovered sacks containing the pieces of evidence to the PNP Forensic Group SOCO personnel, who immediately placed this evidence inside a blue bag to preserve it and observe the proper handling and chain of custody. Other than this, the team likewise recorded the date, time, the coordinates of the location where each sack containing the pieces of evidence were recovered, including the actual depth, the temperature, and its distance from the nearest shoreline. The team comprised of the Philippine Coast Guard and the Philippine National Police Forensic Group SOCO is continuing its relentless search and retrieval operations despite the challenges they are facing. During our previous briefing, they reported that their technical divers are already suffering from medical conditions, that is, skin irritation, ear infection, diarrhea, coughs, and colds, due to the long-term exposure to the murky waters of the Taal Lake. Noteworthy to mention that our PCG personnel are also facing threat from the venomous Taal water snake, which our country has no anti-venom for, according to the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine. Other than this, to support the continuous search and retrieval operation and the forensic examination of the pieces of evidence gathered, the DOJ is currently in talks with the Japanese government, which generously offered their support to this ongoing operation. On the status of cases filed before the DOJ, in relation to this case, complaints were already filed before the DOJ involving the following charges filed by the CIDG. Number 1, the Republic Act, violation of Republic Act 10353, or an act defining and penalizing enforced or involuntary disappearance. Second is the Article 267 of the Revised Penal Code, the multiple counts of kidnapping and serious illegal detention. Third, violation of Article 248 of the Revised Penal Code, the multiple counts of murder. Fourth is the PD 1829, obstruction of justice. the Republic Act 3019, Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act in relation to Article 210 of the Revised Penal Code. Then the Republic Act 11983, the New Philippine Passport Act, and the violation of Article 212 of the Revised Penal Code, the corruption of public officials. To note, these complaints have undergone evaluation and have been certified to be sufficient for the purposes of the conduct of preliminary investigation. That ends my presentation, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Comsec, will you please call the other resource speakers?
Yes, sir. For the Commission on Human Rights, may we call on Attorney Jasmine Navarro Regino.
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Chair, Your Honors, colleagues, and resource persons. I am Jasmine Navarro Regino, Director for the Protection Office of CHR Central Office. On the part of the Commission on Human Rights, we actually conducted a motu proprio investigation, meaning to say there was no complaint. We just monitored in the media that there were actually 34 missing Sabongeros. So on our part, we conducted investigation because we find that there's already a human rights dimension in the disappearance of these 34 Sabongeros. So there were actually 4 offices in the commission which conducted investigation. Our regional office 3, region 4A, NCR, and that of the investigation office of CHR Central Office. We likewise conducted dialogues with the families of the victims. We also granted financial assistance because this is actually one of the programs of the Commission on Human Rights. But with regard to the others who are still awaiting submission of the necessary documents as far as the claim for financial assistance is concerned. And during the Senate inquiry, we actually facilitated the Committee on Public Order under Senator Bato requested the Commission on Human Rights to facilitate the attendance of some of the witnesses in that inquiry. So Region 4A assisted these witnesses to attend the Senate inquiry. And also, we docketed these cases. There were actually 34 victims. And in the grant of our financial assistance, we find that we are actually human rights based. So we find that there is an arbitrary deprivation of liberty on the part of these missing Sabongeros. So we are still awaiting the actions done by concerned government agencies because in our final investigation report, in 2022, we already closed and terminated all this investigation. Why? Because there were no leads as far as the perpetrators of this abduction. And we reopened these cases because of the new development, the new whistleblower. So we are monitoring and we are actually happy that we are privileged really that we attended this inquiry because we will now be apprised of what really is happening or what are the updates as far as these cases are concerned because it is actually our constitutional mandate to monitor what other government agencies are doing. And in closing, the Commission on Human Rights urges that protection be extended to the witnesses and to the victims' families to ensure their safety and enable them to share information freely and truthfully. CHR also hopes that more individuals with relevant knowledge will come forward. The Commission stands resolute in seeking justice for the missing Sabongeros. With renewed momentum and sustained collective action, the Commission is hopeful that the path to justice for the missing Sabongeros and their families is finally within reach. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you. Comsec, go ahead. Yes, Congressman Pimentel.
Yes, in consonance with the request of Ma'am Attorney Regino to protect the witnesses, I am with him, but I would like